Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Raghuveer. In this class, we'll discuss about the basic intuition we are going to provide here on cryptography hash function concept. In our last class, we clearly discussed about message and message digest concept. Please watch that class because this is a continuation class. The link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Coming to today's class, in our last class we discussed that you take a message and this message is sent into a hash function. Means you have to generate a logic. That logic we call it as cryptography hash function. What this cryptography hash function is going to do is it will take input as a message and it is going to generate a fixed size message digest. By using this message digest, we are going to identify whether the message is modified or not. Suppose if you take a message of length 5000 bits and you send that message into the hash function and it has generated a message digest of length 512, means it is going to generate a unique message digest using this message. What's the meaning of that unique message digest means? If there is any 1 bit change here, you are going to get a new message digest. Means the hash function has to had that properties. If there is only 1 bit change, it is going to generate a new message digest. So that if there is a change in message, it is going to generate a new message digest. We can easily identify whether our message is modified or not. If your message is modified means definitely it is going to generate a new message digest. By this message digest we can identify message has been modified. This is how we are providing message integrity, means modification of message can be identified. So from this basic knowledge you need to understand, we have to go deep into the concept of hash function. What's inside, what's there inside, is it really providing unique message digest? All these things we are going to get idea here in this class, and from this basic knowledge we are going to understand our next classes very easily. Suppose let's take an example. You have written a will for your property, the same example which we considered last class. So we have written like this: property 1 belongs to my son, property 2 belongs to my daughter. Like this I have written a will. Assume that this will is of size 5000 bits. Is it compulsory to get 5000 bits? No, your will may be of 6000 bits. You have written a large will that you may get 6000 bits. So the hash function has to take a dynamic length bits. It may be 5000, it may be 6000, it may be 10,000. This hash function is going to take this dynamic length bits and it has to generate a message digest of 512 bits. Then definitely there may be a duplicate messages, means there is a possibility to have two messages are going to have the same message digest. Yes, definitely it is going to have. Then how it is going to work? Let's assume, let's take a small example and understand. Yes, definitely we are going to have two messages are going to have the same message digest. Let's take an example. If your message should be of 32 bits, shorter the message for better understanding, 32 bits. Assume that this is a fixed length message. These 32 bits are sent into the hash function. It is going to generate a message digest of 16 bits. So definitely you take a message, convert it into 16 bits. You take another message, convert it into 16 bits. You take another message, convert it into 16 bits. Like that you are having 2 power 32 possibilities. Here how many different message digest possibilities? 2 power 16. So definitely 2 messages are going to have the same message digest. Then how? Hackers may identify that new message which is going to get the same message digest and they can modify that. This we need to think about it. It's possible. Then how we are going to provide that? So the thing is, The thing is, let's assume the example you have to consider. Suppose if your message is of 5,000 bits. So how many combinations hacker has to identify? How many possibilities? If he knows the message length, 2 power 5,000 combinations he has to check, and he has to identify the equivalent message which is going to generate the same message digest. Is it possible to check all those combinations? 2 power 5,000 means you need an algorithm of exponential time. And in our previous classes and in our design and analysis of algorithms concept playlist, we already discussed that if you are having an exponential size algorithm, and if the size is 2 power 1000, it is going to take 15 to 20 years for our latest systems to do all the program. But here you are having 2 power 5000. The message will be of very large size, even though if the message is of 1000 bits. If you make the minimum message length as 1000 bits, it is not possible to identify the equivalent message which is going to get the same message digest. Even though, think like this, think in the other direction. Even though if you identified a message, by luckily you identified a message which is going to get the same message digest. Think in this direction. Suppose property 1 belongs to my son and property 2 belongs to my daughter. Someone wants to modify this message as property 1 belongs to my daughter and property 2 belongs to my son. And think like this. You need to modify like this. Whatever the modifications you have done, will the same modification is going to generate the same message digest? No. Identifying a meaningful equivalent message is very, very difficult. You are not going to get that. Because if you want to change this and if you have to get the same message digest, means the meaning should also maintain. You have to give a proper meaningful message. But generating that meaningful messages and it is having the same message digest is impossible. That complexity should be maintained inside this hash function. So if you have understanding, if you have deeper thinking about these directions in this, whatever the knowledge we have provided here, the understanding our next concepts means what type of attacks we are having on this cryptography hash functions and this concept of message integrity, all those things, and how those can be overcome, that can be understood very, very easily. The next classes are going to be very, very easy. Hope you understand this class. If you have any questions regarding the concept, please post your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.